Cebu. And the reason that we're going to go to Cebu is to blog the whale shark, the area of the whale sharks, and the beaches in Lower Cebu on probably Thursday morning, and then we'll spend the day down there, and then we're going to head up to Northern Cebu, and I hear there's some beautiful beaches, white sand beaches. Sounds good. Flying Circus, thank you. Thank you, Bentay and Burl. Okay, more better, more better, more better. Coming, that kind of English coming from somebody like you. Could you imagine, Bentay and Barola, if you said more better in your line of work? That would be like saying oh instead of zero. That would be a big no-no. Imagine coming in. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. More better. More better. That's amazing. That goes back to your childhood where you grew up. It's more better. Pantalion Brawl has been a long-term friend of mine, and I know who he is. And that's funny. Coming from you, more better. That's pretty. That's pretty basic English. That's like back to childhood. So what I want to talk about is first let me get back to the comments section. I should have read the comments from the beginning. That would have been more better for me to not talk for 10 minutes. But as it turned out, I did the video and I have my thoughts together. I have more better my thoughts. LOL. Like, yeah, you know, man, like anyway. Well, but I got to we're going to give credit to Barry. We're going to give credit to Barry Jordan for standing up against Barry's moral turpitude. We might as well just get this over with. Barry Jordan. His moral turpitude overrode his need for fiscal gain to a large degree. And at the point where Barry Jordan would have broke down and let his morals collapse, at that level of monetary, what we would consider extortion, by the way, in fact, is considered extortion because it's been recorded that people were offering X amount of pesos to certain people to say certain things that they couldn't prove they actually did. That's not allowed. So when it goes all the way, it'll just get thrown out again. You cannot offer people money in any way, shape, or form to coerce them to agree with your opinion. But if you want to throw money at something and feel that you can do that, Barry Jordan's offer and his video on live stream, recorded live with the comments, and another person's live stream recorded live with the comments, and another person's live stream recorded live with the comments, and the offers for people to go and put their John Hancock on paperwork without any real ability to prove that what they're putting their John Hancock to, that's considered coercion, at a minimum, extortion, or purchasing an opinion. I don't know what that would be called, but it's going to go nowhere. However, I am going somewhere. I am going to Cebu, and I will show you the gear that I have lined up to bring to Cebu with me. I will go over the legalities of blogging private property, public property, government property, and state land property. I'm going to go over the legalities of that. I've been doing my research for the Philippines, the United States as well. It is totally, just to get this off my chest, it is 100% legal to fly over a private property with a drone. It is 100% legal to fly over a fence that says government property, no trespassing. It is 100% legal to fly over anything that says private property, no trespassing. Because of two drone laws that were passed within 6 months, probably 90 days, one was passed a while back, 90 days back. The reason you are allowed to fly over private property in the Philippines and in the United States, and the reason that you are allowed, in fact, you are certainly allowed to fly over government land that says no trespassing on the fence. And the reason you are allowed to fly over private property, even if the private property says no trespassing, is for two reasons. One, the airspace is considered legal to fly over, but that's not the exact law. The law is that you are allowed to fly over private property. You're not allowed. You are not allowed to zoom in or go next to somebody's bathroom window, but you're allowed to fly over the property, and we'll just say at a safe height, so which would be 70 to 90 feet. You're allowed to do that. And the reason is because the bigger companies in the United States, Great Britain, and Europe that are now using drones to fly and deliver pizza pies, chicken, foods. Amazon is now using it to deliver some of the smaller boxes and deliveries in rural areas. Because Amazon and eBay and some other Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, because they're using drones to fly over and through private properties. The drone laws were changed to allow drones to fly over private property. There is no law. Now, there is a law about private property. I'll get to that in a moment. But there's no law about flying over private property at a safe distance. So no police agency can come out and tell you that you can't do that. You're not allowed to peep into somebody's bathroom window, except for Area 51. That's right. So and then again, let's go to the comments, and I'll read the comments because before I made the mistake of not reading the comments, and I wish I had. So let me open up the comments. Yep. Why can't I see the comments? Okay, let's go to my home page. Go to my home page to my channel. And the best phone. Okay, let's go here. And I don't see any comments. Here they are. Here's the comments. So, Flying Circus is in the house. Thank you very much. Flying Circus put out a video today. Now, I'm going to tell you something. In the video that Flying Circus has put out or is about to put out, there are 77 RA code violations. So, 77 sounds more better. I know Bentay Brawl is going to have a comeback for that comment. Perfect audio now. Thank you, Scott. Like, me. Money, favors, subs, views, and likes. Not allowed. Not allowed. Any kind of coercion to get somebody to sign a piece of paper, anything that has been recorded, either with the comments or verbal and audio, or just audio. I could push redial, you'd hear my lawyer's voice. Not allowed. Going to get thrown right out. So you're just wasting your time. So all that bravado and all that nonsense that Michael Fazio is going to go to jail, it ain't going to happen. And why is it not going to happen? Because the people involved are trying to coerce other people with money, dinners, promises, promises to give them 50,000 pesos for court cases against Michael Fazio. It's all part of not allowed. That's why I don't make videos about what is allowed and what is not allowed, because there are laws. And when you go through the whole process that you think you're going to go through to put me in jail, the lawyer just laughed. That's the truth. The lawyer laughed and asked me if I had all the videos recorded, and of course I do. I could show them to you. I have 20 videos recorded where someone is trying to coerce someone with something, including 50,000 pesos to file a case against Fazio, recorded. Fazio is going to get what he deserves now for what he did to me with my tenants, and now payback is going to be a bitch to Fazio, recorded. Fazio is going to get what he deserves for being the most hateful blogger on YouTube, retaliation/vengeance, recorded. Barry Jordan, who we're going to give 2 thumbs up to Barry Jordan, he did not allow his need for fiscal gain to get involved or cross his moral boundaries until he decided, you know what? If you want to coerce me, here are 2 things that you need to do. You need to give me 300,000 pesos, 6,000 US dollars, and the location of a private property. That is also not allowed. He can't ask for compensation to sign a paper. He can't ask for it. You can't offer it. And you guys are plastering this crap all over YouTube. It's going to have no merit, but have at it. Have at it. It's already, all my papers have already been sent. All I have to do is just send the videos with the timestamps. You want me to show you the videos? All right, I tell you what. There got to be somebody out there interested in seeing the videos that I have recorded with the notes. Send me $100. I can ask for $100 to show you my proofs, and then I'll show you my proofs. I'm not extorting you. I'm just asking you. But when somebody says, if you give me 300,000 pesos, and I need somebody's personal address, that's coercion. You're coercing, and the person who's trying to coerce him is trying to say, your channel will benefit. I will give your channel a shout out. That's coercion. Do you people not understand the law? I can talk about it because you did it, and I didn't mention any names, but all of your bravado, all of your Fazios going to jail is going to amount to nothing at the end of the day. And then we're still going to move forward in the direction that has been planned for and has been agreed upon by the legal authorities in the Philippines. Nothing's going to change. Nothing at all. Only thing that's going to change is that all that money you spent to go coerce, possibly extort, definitely request somebody's participation in something that from the get-go you're not allowed to do, okay, you're going to do it, and it's all recorded. Flying Circus has it recorded. DNC has it recorded. I have it recorded. And 2 other channels who I won't mention have it recorded. It's 5 different people's videos of all of those videos of coercion and possible extortion. You guys blew it once you started offering people 50,000 pesos to file a case against me. You blew it. You can't do that. You're not. You can do it, but you, as an infamous blogger once said, you shot yourself in the foot. And that same infamous blogger said, He's gonna shoot down the drone. That's not allowed, dude. That's not allowed. You might be able to throw your strap on at it. That's possible. And considering the size of the strap on that you publicly displayed a few weeks ago, that would probably knock the drone out of the air if you can throw that strap on 90 feet up. And with accuracy, that strap on will probably knock the drone down. But short of busting out that strap on that you publicly displayed in a video last week and throwing it up 90 feet in the air with supreme accuracy, we're talking that guy, the Robin Hood, that shoots the apple off the guy's head. With that kind of accuracy, with your throwing a 3-pound strap on up 90 feet in the air with Robin Hood accuracy, nothing's going to happen to the drone, and you can't stop the drone. No one can stop the drone from flying over a government facility or private property. So have at it, dude. Flying circus like you know, man. Yeah. Money favors subs, views, likes, and cash. And dinners. We should add that to Flying Circus's list of possible extortion and coercion. Extortion and coercion. Fine line between the two. All extortion and coercion rules have been broken in the last 10 days. Bantai and Barilla meant to say much more, much more better. As if that's more better. That's better might be proper syntax. That's better. But much more better. LOL. We should have had LOL after that. Syntax. You guys, and let me tell you something. When Battalion Brawler fills out paperwork, you know damn well he doesn't say more better, and he doesn't say oh. He doesn't say oh. You try saying oh in that line of business, and you're going to get, oh, want to come back and try that again? He knows what I'm talking about. So, we'll try that one more time. That's incredible audio. Now, thank you, says Bobsey's channel. So, Bobsey, we have shoot down the drone. Ha ha ha. Gotta be a good shot. You know, yeah, that just is not going to happen. Well, of course, there was the lead-lined golf club. Who ever heard of a lead-lined golf club? He could throw the strap on. The golf club he'd have a better shot at because it's a bigger moving target, bigger thing to throw. But the strap-on is better to be thrown. I mean, I don't know how you're going to have control over a strap-on. That strap-on probably could get that strap-on up about 25 feet. That's quite a big strap-on that he's been, what would you call, wielding quite the big strap-on. I got to tell you, that was funny. Barry Jordan comes up with some funny stuff. Just another poor expat strap-on. Whatever goes up must come down. So let me go through, thank you, Scott. Let me go through the drone rules, laws, and regulations in the United States, Great Britain, and the Philippines for flying over private property. I've been doing my due diligence on that. First of all, my lawyer said, have at it. He said it would be better that it was in a stealthy fashion, that you wouldn't see or hear the drone like buzzing too close to somebody's house, which it's not going to do that. It's going to be up at about the 90-foot range, and I'll just zoom in. That's legal. So let me go through the law of the Philippines, the United States, and Great Britain, and why, what? An ED strap-on, that's what it is. A strap-on is for people that have ED. That's true. Flying Circus knows why someone would have a strap-on. That's sad state of affairs. 18 years of strapping on, strapping off. Reminds me of the Karate Kid movie. Strap on, strap off, 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 strap on, Strap off. You could be up all night with that bad boy. Not like you'd have an excuse to go to sleep. Strap on. Strapped on. Okay. Strap off. Strap off. Strap back on. Strap back on. Strap on. Strap off. Strap on. Like the Karate Kid. So let's go through the law. Let's go through. Bob, so you have more chance with suicide pigeons. It's not going to happen, man. So I want to go through the law. There's nothing to worry about. My drone will fly. So let me show you what I have for drone components. DNC is in the house, baby. He's in the house. Flying Circus. He is back. DNC Flying Circus is in fact back. Bantine Brawl. Will you be dropping the fishing? Yes, I ordered it. It's on back order. The fishing drop-off line. It won't be available for this week. But I did order the airdrop mechanism. It's $50. Louis Pagan Pants. My God. Wait, Jimmy's house is considered public property. Ask Jimmy. He'll tell you. Jimmy does not consider this property private. Jimmy is a very giving person. He's giving his blessings. Fix up my property all you want. I'll be back. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger says, I'll be back. Daisy, hold on a minute. I got to get the pot. The pot. Hold on 1 minute. I got to get the pot. The pot. Let me show you. Then I'm going to show you the objects that I have ordered and the objects that are here and the objects that will be here tomorrow to fly the drone itself. So we have now quite a bit of accessories for the drone. Quite a bit. We're talking, I have about 10 accessories that are going to make drone flying easy. So first, Louis Pagan Pants and a shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Jimmy. And everybody knows who Jimmy is. So Jimmy, thank you. Thank you for permission to fly over your new castle. Jimmy, gimme. Jimmy's gonna say gimme one day, and you won't have anything to say. Jimmy. Let me explain to you the law. Jimmy's law. Let me explain to you let me just explain something about living with a married woman in the Philippines. Let's call it Jimmy's law. Louis Pagan Pants reminded me of Jimmy's law. Jimmy can say, gimme that castle because you're sleeping with my wife, not allowed to sleep with my wife. Anytime I want, I can go to the local police and say he's sleeping with my wife. Jimmy can say, give me a test. And when and if the police go and see that you are sleeping with Jimmy's wife, Jimmy can take away the rest of your freedom for life. It's the law in the Philippines, baby, and you will find out the hard way. Maybe if Jimmy says, give me that beautiful house, you will have no place to go but oust Jimmy might for the rest of your lot. Jimmy can say, give me anytime he pleases. I think Jimmy is waiting until you're finished fixing up his castle. He knows there's work to be done, and you can't do a thing about it. It's the law of the Philippines. So let's just go over marriage laws in the Philippines. So Louis Pagan Ponce. All right, so there's a law in the Philippines that if I wanted to complain that my neighbor, a woman, was married to my other neighbor and sleeping with a foreigner, I could not do that. If my neighbor, let's say her name was Shelley, let's say her name was Shelley Sunstein from WPLJ 95 in New York City, the radio station back in the 70s, I knew Shelley Sunstein. I actually went up to the WPLJ studio on Sunday mornings to broadcast with them because I was going to be a broadcaster for radio. I actually did start to learn how to be a broadcaster. So Shelley Sunstein and there was another fella whose name I forget. But anyway, I knew Shelley. But let's say Shelley Sunstein was sleeping, she's a Filipina, and she's sleeping with an American. I can't call up the police and say that Shelley is sleeping with an American, but she's married to a Filipino. I can't do that. But a Filipino man, husband, could be away on a different island for like 5 years. The Filipino husband could have children with another Filipina. No problem. No law against that. But Shelley Sunstein could file charges against her Filipino husband for sleeping with another woman. And she would be within her right to do that. But the Filipino husband that found out that... Now, what benefit would there be if Shelley filed a case against her Filipino husband for sleeping with a Filipina? She can't get any money from the case. Any little bit of money that the husband is given for the children, she's going to lose that. There'll be no benefit to that. However, if the husband said, hey, that's my ex-wife, that's my separated wife, that's the woman I'm married to, still to this day, because there's no divorce in the Philippines. That's my girl, Shelley Sunstein, she's my wife, and she's sleeping with that American living in that 20 million peso house. Oh, the Filipino can go to the barangay police right then and there. They fill out a complaint form and they will go right straight to the house with the foreigner in the house. And then there's a procedure. I won't tell you what the procedure is, but there's a procedure that the police will follow. You will not have the option to opt out of the procedure. And the Filipino husband can, at that point, have you put in jail, have you put in jail indefinitely with no way to get out, or have you put in jail, and then he can make a demand on you for monetary compensation. And there would be an addendum to his monetary compensation that you would have to not ever go back with his wife. Maybe he'll make you leave the country so you can't retaliate against him. That's the law. And I know that for a fact. So let's go back to the comments. Louis Pagan Ponce, thank you for reminding me about that. Will you be dropping the fishing line to catch the snaggletooth blowfish? No, it's not going to be here in time. It's on back order, according to Lazada. They ran out. They have none. The one I ordered was not available. And besides, I'm going to be in Cebu Thursday. There's no way I could get the item for at least 8 or 10 days. So no, that's not going to be, and I have really nothing that I want to drop anyway. But I just want to drop a line that I'm going to Cebu on Thursday morning, and we're going to do Argo in the morning to do the whale sharks. If everything works out well, no storms, everything works out with my new iPhone, programming it to the drone, my new iPhone. I'm going to do the unboxing in a minute. Somebody named Frank tried to get Warren to fill out a false affidavit against me. He got nothing real. No, there has to be more proof. More proof. There's a way to fill out an affidavit, none of which apparently counts in this affidavit that these people are filling out. Apparently, they just need a signature. However, it it was already refused once by the courts. There's no reason for the court to reconsider. And we'll see what happens. So now let's go back down to the bottom of the page, and let's go. I'm going to refresh this page. It says that the chat was disconnected. So let's go back here. Let's see. Jimmy's house is considered public property. So I could go back to the law. The law is that if there's a government property or a private property that has a placard on the fence line, doesn't matter, on the fence line, no trespassing. The drone, obviously, you cannot fly low to the ground and look in the windows. That's not allowed. And that's not going to happen. But you're allowed to fly over. Again, I'll reiterate it, because Acme Shipping Company, the different pizza places, Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken, the different shipping companies in America, they're all using drones to deliver packages, and they're all using drones to deliver packages in rural and city areas. So they had to change the ordinance for flyovers of houses to allow drones to fly over houses. And when they did that, they did not put an addendum in the drone law that says consumer drones are not allowed to fly over houses, or prosumer drones are not allowed to fly over houses. Just drones are now allowed, and until there's an addendum that says only a specific type of drone, aka a delivery drone, is allowed to fly over a house. Until that addendum exists, all drones can fly over all public properties or private properties, with the caveat that if the drone fails and falls inside the fence line of the private property or the government facility, like a tower, a radio tower, you fly inside the fence line, you fly up the radio tower, you get hit a guy wire, the drone falls on the floor. You can't go in the fence to retrieve the drone. Not allowed. Same thing with private property. If it hit a tree and fell onto somebody's house, you're not allowed to go get it. But flying over at a safe distance, 70 to 90 feet, is considered a safe distance for private or residential houses. There's no law against that. None whatsoever. Plus, I called up the police, and they said they don't know of any law. Now, the FAA does have laws for terminal controlled areas, TCAs. When I take this phone out of the box, which I'm about to do, show you what 50,000 pesos of a phone looks like. Ridiculous price. When I take this phone out of the box and connect this phone to this controller, and then sequence it to this drone, when I put those straight together, I'm going to get a notification on my phone after I put the DJI Fly app. D as in David, J as in Jericho, I as in India. The DJI Fly app. I'm going to put the DJI Fly app in my phone from DJI website proper, not an offshoot of DJI. The DJI Fly app is going to go into the iPhone. The iPhone is going to initiate a program when I connect the iPhone to the controller with one of the wires that are located in the back. Here are the two wires. They're in the back here. There's a wire here. This wire goes to the iPhone. Okay? This wire is going to go to the iPhone, and then the iPhone, when I turn on the iPhone, it's going to be connected to the controller. Then I'm going to put a set of sticks, these sticks here. There's 2 sticks here, one here and one here, into the mechanism, the control mechanism that controls the surfaces, the attitude, and the pitch of the aircraft drone. Okay, then this controller is going to talk to this phone with the cable. Then the 2 of them are going to talk to the drone. At which point, I'm going to register my phone, its IP address, or its phone number. I'm going to register an internal computation that's inside this controller. And I'm going to register an internal computation that's inside the drone. You won't see it, but the drone will talk to the controller, which will talk to the phone, which will notify the FAA that I am in the area. The FAA has a computer that's going to say, okay, we noticed that Michael Fazio is in the area with a drone. The computer is going to see that. The computer's going to say at this point, there's no problem. The computer's not going to say good morning. But if I was too close to the TCA, Terminal Controlled Area, which is a cone that starts out at the base of the airport plus a half a mile radius or 1 mile radius and goes up 10 miles on a conical angle, cone-shaped angle. If I go inside that TCA, the computer is going to pick up the GPS that the drone is sending out to the towers, what they call satellites. They're not satellites, they're towers. There's going to be 12, 5, 7, 18 towers in America, in a place like New York or Texas. There might be 5 in the Philippines or less. But the drone is going to send out its GPS coordinates to what they call the satellites or radio towers. The radio towers are going to say, okay, we know this drone is outside the TCA, no problem. But if it goes inside the TCA, it's going to either do one of 3 things. It has the ability to tell the drone to go home. It can do that. It has the ability to shut the drone down. It has the ability to send you a text message on this phone that's registered to the drone. It has that ability. Those options are available to the FAA. That's why the first thing that you do when you set your phone up is you register it to DJI. DJI registers it to the drone, to the controller, and then DJI sends a notification to the FAA that you are in that jurisdiction. Philippines, Europe, Texas, New York, whatever. So you're allowed to fly. Those are the laws for flying over private property and public property. So I have the drone. I have the controller. Okay? I have this 6-way charger, which will allow me to charge up 3 batteries, the phone, that's 4, the controller, that's 5, and another gadget is 6. 6 gadgets, all at the same time. The batteries charge up together. The high-end battery charger that comes with the Fly More package, which I don't have. There's a Fly More package, comes with a battery charger that charges 3 batteries. That one can only charge 1 battery at a time, and it can take up to 4 hours to charge a dead battery. This battery charger, intelligent high-capacity battery charger, can charge all the batteries, all 3 batteries at the same time, in 45 minutes to 1 hour, plus the phone, plus the controller. So that's why I bought this. I have the battery charger, I have the drone, I have the controller, I have another set of props here, extra set of props. I have this extra set of props. So I have 2 extra sets of props. I also have an extra set of control handles for your fingers. Control. And I have propeller guards coming probably tomorrow. And I have an additional battery coming tomorrow. So I will have a minimum of 68 minutes of flight time. And this drone can fly up to this drone, this model, the Air 2S, has flown up to 9,000 feet, 1 3/4 miles vertical. It has flown as far as 3.5 miles from the pilot, but it has to be line of sight. You're really not supposed to fly. If you lose track of the drone, if it disappears behind into like the grayness of the sky, you're not supposed to fly it any further than that. And then we can extend the distance that you'll be able to see the drone by painting it yellow against the gray sky. Art yellow, art yellow, art yellow. Thou art yellow. Thou art the color of God. God's color. Thou art yellow. Art yellow. See where it says art yellow? It's pretty amazing, huh? Art yellow. Thou art yellow. I think that was pretty cool. Thou art yellow. So by painting the drone yellow, I will be... Art the yellow is here. Do you need something? Yes, Art the yellow. I need you to say good morning. Thank you very much. Thou art yellow. Yellow thou art. So I'm going to paint the drone as soon as I get the phone connected to the drone. I'm going to paint the drone after I make sure everything works. I have to make sure everything works. So I think we're ready to read the comments, and then I'm going to unbox my iPhone 13, which will allow me to practice this afternoon. It'll take about 2 hours to set the phone to the DJI website, charge the phone. I took it out of the box and put it back in for your viewing pleasure. It'll take about 2 hours to set the phone up to the drone and the controller, and then I'm gonna make a maiden voyage from the back of the house here over the ocean, and then today is Tuesday. It gives me Wednesday to practice. Then I'm gonna put the whole thing back in my box, except for this battery charger. This has to go in a different case. I made one mistake buying all the stuff. I bought the compact kit to fit 3 batteries in the drone, but it won't fit this charger in there, and I have to notch out the phone. So I'm going to put all that stuff in this case, and then I'm going to put all that stuff in my backpack, and then we're going to CEBU probably Thursday morning, weather permitting. So let's read the comments. Thou art yellow. Thank you for stopping by. You knew he was lurking, yellow, lurking in the. Thank you, Art. Imagine, it says Flying Circus. Imagine the views of someone could get an interview with Jimmy. Oh God, I'm actually, when I was giving Barry Jordan 2 thumbs up for not letting his fiscal situation interfere with his moral turpitude, I am going to tell you guys that if you go see Barry Jordan and you feel that you have a few extra pesos to send Barry Jordan did a very, 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 very altruistic thing this week. For whatever reason, it was altruistic in that he was not acting in a selfish manner because it went against his morals. So if you have a few extra dollars for Barry Jordan, by all means, send Barry Jordan those dollars, because what he did was outstanding. Outstanding. His moral turpitude would not allow him to break his moral code of ethics for less than 6,000 US dollars. I got to commend him for that. I would imagine that he had that number picked out for a reason. I'm not going to guess what the reason is because I really don't care. But Barry has a moral turpitude based on a $6,000 minimum, and you got to give him credit. You got to laugh on that because the man knows his limitations. He goes, I'm not going to be coerced to do anything I don't want to do unless you give me 6,000 US dollars. And with the addendum that I want some information that's private at this time. It won't be private for long, though, because Scott Del Fuego said it last week. Scott Del Fuego said it last week in a comment somewhere on another channel. 3 can keep a secret as long as 2 of those people have assumed room temperature. That's what Scott Del Fuego said. He said it on somebody else's blog. He said 3 can keep a cigarette as long as 2 have assumed room temperature. I thought that was funny as get out. So let's go back to the comments. Barry, 2 thumbs up. That man knows his limitations. His limitations are 6,000 US dollars. So if you have extra money to help Barry out, by all means. We're going to go for the Barry Jordan donation. Good thing to do this month, the month of August. Give Barry big bucks. If you have them, you give them. Barry knows he has a moral ethics. In at least he cannot be bought. He's always said he cannot be bought, and this proves it beyond any doubt. The Syrians were using those drones to drop. I saw that in Bobsy. I saw that video about 3 days ago. The guy is standing next to a drone that's hovering, and he hooks it up to the bottom of a drone, and then the drone flies off. And I'm going to myself, well, what happens if that catch fails when he's standing next to the drone? I saw that video. I was like amazed. I saw that video, Bobsy, just 2 days ago. Frank tried to get Warren to fill out a false affidavit against me. He got nothing real. Well, Warren is a fictitious person. Warren Hunt doesn't exist in real life. I had a friend of mine named Scott Del Fuego who tried to find any piece of information about Warren Hunt's past life. Can't find it. It doesn't exist. Warren Hunt, the name doesn't exist as Warren Hunt. The age and the area that Warren Hunt lives in, there's no Warren Hunt. Warren Hunt doesn't exist. He's not a real person. Flying Circus, is that the affidavit he tried to fix Warren with? To Fox Warren with? Docs. Yeah, that's what he does. He gets you to file something, put your name in against somebody, and then he doxes you. That's what he did at the time. The answer to that question, Flying Circus, is yes. And of course, Sam was extorted. And that's when Sam hid all the people that were donating to my channel, and then later on admitted to Jack Thompson that he was being extorted by the same said blogger. Not sure Warren refused, and Frank turned against him at that point. Yes, that's It's a long time ago. I forget all the details. Louis Pagan Ponce says Jimmy has hit the lotto jackpot and doesn't even know it, or does he? Uh, the only person that knows who Jimmy is at this point, besides the caretaker of Jimmy's castle, is, I do believe Barry Jordan knows who Jimmy is. Jimmy's waiting for the remodeling to get done. He can. He has, time is on his side. I think the Rolling Stones should make a song about that. Time is on my side. It could be Jimmy's song. Could be Jimmy's swan song. Time, time, time is on my side. Fix that sewer, fix that tank. You will be very surprised, Mr. And Prunk. When the Reno is done, I don't know about that, DNC. He's already at a disadvantage compared to most people. He just doesn't see it. Arthur Yellow. Yes, Fazio, do you need something? Art Yellow, baby. No. It sounds like a spiritual event, Art Yellow. Arthur Yellow came from the spirit world. I said Art Yellow and he appeared. Spiritual. It's a spiritual phenomena, Arthur Yellow. Thanks, Arthur. Read the comments. Reveal the color of the secret iPhone. Could be yellow, and Michael would be droning for days. Okay. All right, let's get this drone phone. Let's show the phone that we're going to drone the home with. Drone everything with. So here we go. I did open it up yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My cat knows no bounds. I agree. Killer move by Barry. He is underestimated to Frank's peril. I will happily be sending cash his way. My cat knows no bounds. And well, you should. A man who shows that kind of moral turpitude, even after all of the foibles on YouTube, a man who uncharacteristically, so we thought, denies being able to be extorted or coerced and shows that kind of moral turpitude, he deserves to be commended with cash. Shower Barry Jordan with dollars. Shower Barry Jordan with pesos. Be my guest. Send my pesos to Barry Jordan. Don't worry about it. I'm okay. I called up my bank this morning. I'm good to go, baby. I have pesos in the bank. I have some pesos in my pocket. I have my boat tickets already purchased. I have... Oh, did you know that you can now buy boat tickets from To Go Travel in advance, a month in advance, so you can be assured to get on a boat? To Go Travel sells boat tickets in advance. You go to any To Go travel agency. There's one in the ICM Mall. There's one at the BQ Mall. There's one outside the BQ Mall. You can go to a To Go travel agent, To Go, number 2, Go Travel, and purchase boat tickets in advance for the ferries to anywhere in the Philippines. You can purchase To Go tickets from Bohol to Dumaguete, Bohol to Manila. Anywhere you want to go by boat, you can buy those tickets, because you may not believe it, but with the reduced ferry schedule, you could go to a To Go ferry office. And I said to them last week, I said, I want to purchase tickets to go to Cebu. I want to go to Argo. Do you have tickets available for Thursday? She said yes. Okay, so I said, if I wanted, just because I'm doing blogs, if I wanted to go today, would I be able to go? So she was booked up until Monday. So Friday, I was in the city Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. There were no tickets to go to Cebu for 4 days. None available. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, she had options for tickets for the to-go travel. Thursday, she had all boats were open. So that was 1 week in advance in order to get the time schedule that I wanted for Thursday morning to go to Cebu. So I'm going to read the comments again. Just give me a moment. I don't want to bypass the comments. My cat knows no bounds. I'll be happy sending some cash Barry Jordan's way. Thank you. Send him my money. If you guys were going to donate to me, go to Barry Jordan's page and give him the money that you were going to send me. Barry Jordan did a very altruistic, non-selfish, surprising thing 2 days ago when he said, "You can't buy me." That part, I got to give Barry a lot of credit for that, man. And the funniest thing that Barry's ever said, I know I said that Barry looks like a mantis. I know I'm the person that said that, and I'm not sorry because it's all YouTube drama. But Barry said, "I'm not mad at Fazio." So he called me a mantis. So what? Ooh, hurt my feelings. He goes, "You can't hurt my feelings." And even one day Barry did a skit that mantises are good creatures. And they're very tough creatures because they rip the heads off of their prey. So it was kind of a slight, but he didn't take it as a slight. He doesn't care. Can't hurt his feelings. He said you can't hurt. Fazio didn't hurt my feelings. He called me a mantis. Whoa. He called me a mantis. Whoa. Wow, he really hurt. No, I didn't hurt his feelings. He thought it was funny. Everybody thought it was funny. So why, but he's not mad at me. And I don't know if he was mad at me or not. Not that I care, but I mean, I'm glad he's not mad at me. And now I'm asking you, instead of sending me money, send Barry the money, because he can use it more than me. I could show you my bank book, but I won't. But I'm good to go. I'm okay. I have the money that I need to do my trip to Cebu. I have my hotels are already paid for. I'm all good to go. Unless something happens between now and then, we'll be going to Cebu, baby. I haven't been in Cebu in 2.5. March 10th of 2020 was the last time I was in Cebu. 777 says, "Man, as we speak." Agree, smart play by Barry. That was hilarious. Barry is toying with frail man as we speak. Oh, he's doing a show? He is. I got to tell you, he's funny sometimes. He is funny. I know I've said bad things about Barry, and he said bad things about me, but when it comes down to push comes to shove, Barry's moral turpitude outweighed, and I will probably never say anything bad about Barry, and I'll probably never say anything negative about Barry again, even if he decides to take the 300,000 pesos and sell his soul for 300,000 pesos. I'm going to give him 2 thumbs up for that. I mean, everybody has a price, right? We know that. Everybody has a price. And if his price is 6,000, I think that's a good price. I think he's worth 6,000 pesos for his John Hancock. I wouldn't even bring that to a court of law. I would probably bypass that. Let him do that. Let him get his money. Let him get his information. Let him take care of business. That 6,000 will allow him to take care of the business at hand. Of course, with the Bureau of Immigration. I think that's what he wanted the money for. So I think Barry should be getting donation after donation after donation after donation until his coffers overflow. 2 thumbs up. Let Barry buy all the steak, all the pork steaks, all the beef and hamburger meat, all that he wants. Let Barry buy the Jim Beam bottle of his choice. Let Barry buy whatever alcohol, and let Barry buy some cartons of Mighty White. Send him my money, please. Send Barry Jordan cash. Send Barry Jordan PayPal. Send Barry Jordan super stickers. Send Barry Jordan super chat. Send Barry Jordan Gcash. Send it to him. Send him the money that you would have sent Fazio, by all means. For the month of August, this is Barry Jordan. Send Barry Jordan money month. I'm not kidding with you either. Go ahead, do it. I don't care. I'm good to go. So, he knows the identity of Gilda's husband, 777 says. He does. Well, that actually is public information. But Barry apparently, I think, has talked to him. A lot of people do now. That's right. Because of another blogger who had Jimmy's Facebook, a lot of people know who Jimmy is. I've never contacted him. I have no reason to do so. I sure hope that I see a lot more of Jimmy in the future. Top quality equipment. So let's get to the iPhone 13. Let's open this bad boy up. This came from Lazada yesterday. It was supposed to be delivered on the 1st to the 3rd. Changed from the 3rd to the 5th. It changed from the 5th to the 10th. It changed from the 7th to the 11th. And it came on the 8th. So it comes in bubble wrap. Big bubble wrap. And there's a fella out there that says don't pop these bubbles because the air inside these bubbles comes from China. And that China is sending everything over in bubble wrap with their pollution-filled air in the bubbles. So he said, don't breathe in the air bubbles. That's what he said. That man and I had a nice conversation on the beach a few weeks ago. Then there's another layer of bubble wrap that it comes in like that. And then we have the box and the color, pink. Pink is the color of love. And we love Barry Jordan, don't we? We have love for Barry Jordan. So I put this rubber band on here to keep the box from coming apart. It's a very sturdy box, kind of box that you could use again and again. Now inside is the iPhone 13. Inside the box comes... No, wait. This is the key to open the back of the unit up. There's a key in here. And this is the charging unit. Doesn't come with a charger. And there's no charger. This is the connector. And here is, of course, the Apple iPhone 13. This one has 128 gigs of memory, 19 hours of playback time, video playback time off YouTube. It comes with an HDR high retina resolution camera, comes with night vision, 4K Dolby sound, and a bunch of other stuff. And then the screen is covered with this white plastic. Now, I don't even know if this will turn on. I did not try to turn it on yesterday. But let's see if it'll turn on. I don't know that this is the right button even. Okay, that's not it. Maybe this little button here. Okay, that's not it. Maybe this middle button. This seems to be the sound. Okay, I guess it doesn't have any battery life in it. Okay, well, there's another button on this side here. Let's try that button on the bottom. This got to be it. Big button. There it is. Okay. Apple, baby. My first Apple product ever. Take a bite of the apple. I came from New York, so it only goes to show I should have an Apple phone, right? Okay, well, it's initiating in several different languages. It looks like more. Again, it's more languages. I guess those are the languages that the phone works in. I don't know. I'm going to have to read online the instruction book. So I will tell you this phone was 48,700 pesos. More writing. Okay, let's see how long that goes on for. And if I was to buy this phone in the store, would have been 66,000 pesos. So it was 18,000 pesos less to buy this from Lazada. Then it's okay. Latest, or then it says swipe from the bottom to the top. Okay. Maybe that's the top. Now here's the top. So then it says swipe from the bottom to the top. There we go. Ah, English. Okay. Now I lost it. Darn it. Huh. Back. Back. Here we go. English. Okay. United States. Then it gives you the country. I'm not going to do all of that stuff now. I have to put in the information. So then it wants to go to your country. I'm not going to bother with all of that stuff right now. I'm going to put the screensaver back on here. I'm going to shut this bad boy off. Daisy and I have to finish packing. I have to get a couple of things before I leave. Slide power off. There we go. Power off. I'll just put this phone on this cover back on here for now. I'll let you guys know how that works out. I'm probably going to be offline for the rest of today and maybe even tomorrow. I don't know that I'm going to let you guys watch me practice. I don't know that I'm going to videotape it. I'm going to videotape it. It'll take 2 hours to set the phone up with the drone and the programs. I don't know that it's even going to work because it says the iPhone will work with the drone, but we now have an iPhone that works with the drone, the controller, and now I have to program the phone to the controller to the drone, notify the FAA that I'm initiating the drone flight procedures, and then sky's the limit, no pun intended. Sky is the limit. Gotta tell you, I'm very happy about that. Now I have $2,450 into the drone and the accessories. As of yesterday, I had $882. Add another $6. I have $888 in donations for me to go reconnoiter the Philippines, and more specifically, the beaches in Panglao and the white sand beaches in Panglao and the white sand beaches in Cebu and the adjoining islands to Bohol, Cebu, Dumaguete. There's several islands between here and Cebu, and several islands immediately adjacent to Bohol Virgin Island, Balakasag Island, and then there's some private islands that I don't remember the names of. And all of them, you're allowed to fly drones over, so we're not going to, Daisy and I are not going to go nuts on this. We just have like 5 destinations. And then, quite possibly, after we go northern Cebu and a couple of the adjoining islands, we'll have that all done by Saturday afternoon. And maybe we'll be able to go visit Big E, Free Speech 2.5, and go disco dancing with Big E. If not, we're going to have to do that another time. I have some stuff I want to do next week, and I have people coming on at the end of the week, possibly this weekend. They should be here. So I want to be back by Sunday for sure. They're supposed to arrive Saturday, so I'm good to go. And I gave them the area behind the church, San Augustine Church. There's about 100 dive boats back there. They're snorkeling. They're snorkeler people. I gave them the directions. Just go to San Augustine. Go to the dive boats behind there. They're going to go to Balakasag Island. I'm not going to go with them. I don't want to go with somebody else. I want to go just Daisy and I will go next week. Unless the weather is bad. Who knows? But that's our plan. Daisy? Would you like to say hello? You're on the phone? Okay, honey. So, she's not going to say hello. She's talking to her friend Chris, who she went to Mindanao a few years ago to help Chris build an extension on Chris's house. And these two talk on the phone for 6 hours a day. I wake up in the middle of the night. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and she's texting. Who are you talking to, honey? Chris. I get up this morning at 6 o'clock. Daisy had already gathered water. 10 days. 10 days. 10 days. Not a drop of water has come out of the hose bib. She had already gone next door to the Stanley house, to the rain barrel. Dennis, I'll look at your comment in a minute. Thank you. She had already got half. She drained the rain barrel. Half the. We took 17, 5, 5 and 5, 32, 33, 34, 35. We took 40 gallons of water out of the rain barrel this morning. That's what it's there for. And that's what we took. 40 gallons of rainwater. So we have water for 2 more days. But I called up the water department. They still don't. They swear they've never heard anybody call up about the water not being water out of the pipe. They've never. I'm the first person that call. It's a miracle, I tell you. It's a freaking miracle. It's a miracle that I'm the first person to call up and say that nobody on the block has water. I'm the first person to complain after 10 days. I'm the only person. And they don't know why, but they give me the telephone number in the city. And the people in the city say, no, sir, we didn't hear about that. And then, well, can I speak to somebody that knows about it? And they connect you to a different phone terminal. And that person says, yes, sir, we're working on it. That's your answer. They're working on it. 10 days, no water. Not a drop. I am telling you, not enough water came out of our water pipe in 10 days to fill up this cap. Not enough. In fact, no water came out of the hose bib for 10 days. Nothing. 0. 10 days. Nothing. Nada. Walat. Walat not. Humana. 0. Jack nothings. Nothing. Okay, somebody, let's see what this, wait a second. We have somebody that may have information about this phone. that says it's not an iPhone 13. Whoa. That could, you know what? It doesn't say iPhone 13. Should it say that there? Let's go on. Let's read some comments. My goodness, a pink phone. That's right, baby. Pink is the color of love. We love Barry Jordan because he didn't succumb to pressure. Yeah, no, I don't need anybody well, you wouldn't be able to see the comments on the phone anyway. The psychiatrist says that's not an iPhone 13. An iPhone 13 has 3 cameras, not 2. Okay, let's check that out. Let's check this out. This is what we got. I paid for an iPhone 13. I'll show you the psychiatrist. I paid for an iPhone 13. I can show you that. That's simple enough. I'm going to bring up my Lazada. I want to thank you, first of all, but I don't know. I mean, okay. Let's go. I have my order page up here. I'm looking, psychiatrist. I'm looking. I want to find my order. Okay, I'm going to show you the advertisement for my phone, and that it says it's an iPhone 13. And this is what I paid for the phone. I paid $48,700. It's showing you, psychiatrist, iPhone 13, yeah? $48,000, the same price I paid, $48,000. I paid $700. This is $450. And it's showing you this configuration of camera. Hold on. So it's got a little dot to the bottom, diagonal cameras, and a white something sensor to the top right. And this is the iPhone 13. So for all intent and purposes, maybe this is a different model. Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to check that with you. I don't know anything about these products, so Dennis just corrected the psychiatrist that the iPhone 13 has 2 cameras, and Dennis says the iPhone 13 Pro has 3 cameras. So, I was worried there for a moment. And thank you, psychiatrist. Thank you for the input, even though it could have been, you may have been right, and I wouldn't know the difference. And without you telling me the difference, I would probably not be happy. But now I feel a little bit more confident, comfortable, let's say. Let me get back to my page here. So the psychiatrist said, hope it's not a counterfeit. Well, it came from Lazada. So, so far, with all the trouble I had with orders with Lazada, believe me, Lazada now has $35,000 for the drone that I sent back July 29th. They have $12,500 for the battery I sent back August 1st. That's 48,000 pesos. There was another item that I bought that had nothing to do with the drone for 30,000 pesos. There's 78,000 pesos I have now that I had to send back for items that were not the right items. So I have 78,000 pesos laid out that I'm waiting for Lazada to give me my credit back for 78,000 pesos. But I do have the receipts for all of those things I sent back, and they agreed to take them back. But like this thing here, Hobby Dynamics was 35,000 pesos for that Mavic Mini 2. That's 35, 12 for the battery, 47, and 30 for another item. 77,000 pesos that I have laid out that I spent this month on gadgets. So, by all means, send Barry Jordan my donations. Thank you. Thanks, psychiatrist. Thank you for your input. Even though it wasn't right, it could have been right. And then Dennis did the research, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. It wasn't a negative comment. It was done to help me. Thank you. Dennis says the Pro Max 13. Now the Pro Max, this phone was 48,000. In a brick and mortar store, it was 56,000. The Pro Max was 74,000. I just didn't want to. I have the Galaxy 21 if I want a $1,500 phone. Looks like the one on Apple. Hey, Steve, 25901. Steve is a milestone on my channel. Steve has been blocked and unblocked twice. Never happened before, never happened again. Steve is a phenom on the Michael Fazio channel because he flip-flops. He likes to be noticed on different pages, and he said some stuff I didn't agree with, and I blocked him, and then he said some stuff I did agree with, and then I unblocked him. Then he went back and said some more stuff I didn't agree with, and I blocked him again. And then I saw him, this was after a long time, I saw him say, "You guys are all saying that Michael Fazio scammed somebody for money. Where's the proof that he's a liar or he scammed anybody? Where's?" And I said, you know what? Steve 25901, at least he's honest. At least he's trying to have an honorable mindset to the YouTube community, which is not so honorable. So Steve 25901 was blocked, unblocked, blocked again, and unblocked. Nobody's ever gotten unblocked more than once. That's like a phenom. Thanks, Steve. Steve is cool. Yeah, no, Steve, yeah, a lot of the people started out just trolling, and then they ended up being more realistic, and Steve is definitely one of those men. Dennis Adam is correct, as he usually is. My iPhone 13 has 2. My spoiled kids' 13 Pros have 3, says Scott Del Fuego. So what I'm going to do is I'll let you guys talk to each other for a minute. I'm going to just I need water. I've been talking for an hour and a half. I need some water. Steve is a pillar in the community. Steve is definitely a member of the Philippine genre. I don't know about a pillar of the community. He has various viewpoints, but for me, he's been more than reasonable, as has Freebird. Freebird is another person who has never let anybody disrespect me, saying identical words that Steve said. Freebird said, "Show me Michael Fazio's video of where he scammed somebody." Freebird said that. And no one can show anybody the videos because they don't exist. So let me get some water. I'll be back in a moment, momentarily. And I have a piece of pork fat, fried up pork fat over here that I'm going to have, snacker. I'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. Daisy, you want some cold water? Okay. Nope. The pork fat must have been consumed by accident without my knowledge for breakfast this morning. Daisy she made chicken lumpia patties. We had for breakfast. No macahillo, no MSG added. We had chicken lumpia, comes in a kilo. It's grinded up chicken parts, okay? It may as well be sausage. It's probably every part of the chicken that gets tossed, plus some chicken meat and a little bit of salt. And it's delicious. And it's 240 pesos a kilo. And it's a reasonable price and it tastes good. So I can eat that. We had chicken lumpia patties for breakfast. We had lean pork, about 6 ounces of lean pork that Daisy cooked fried for me separate. There was some pork fat that Scott wants me to eat, which so I had some pork fat. And we bought 30 eggs. Daisy went to town 2 days ago and she bought 30 eggs. Eggs in Bohol, large eggs, 210 pesos for 30 eggs. So there's 7 pesos for 1 egg, about 14 cents an egg. Not extra large eggs, large eggs. The extra large eggs are like 8.5 pesos. That's like 16, 17 cents per egg. So we had eggs, pork, lumpia, fat. I had the fat, and no bread, no noodles, no rice. Daisy hasn't had rice since she's arrived here. She's on a diet. Daisy and I have been laughing about some of the stuff that goes on in YouTube world. And we're going to continue to laugh about that stuff until the end. So you guys that are made up all those stories, God, the stories, oh God, the stories, that Daisy hates me, she's never coming back, and she's this and she's that. And you guys have a real strange way of getting involved with my business, especially that one particular little man. And he's gonna definitely wish that he didn't do that, all those things he said about my girl, Daisy May. He's gonna definitely regret that one day. He may not, because he doesn't have any moral turpitude. He has hate. He has hate, anger, and angst. And that's all he has. That's his life. That in and of itself is payment enough that he doesn't have anything in his life that he can hold on to and say, I've accomplished this. I did that. Material things, it looks like he's got a few material things now, but Jimmy can jam you. Jimmy jam. Jimmy could jam him up. Jimmy could jam him up proper. Jimmy can say gimme and jam him. Jimmy could throw a number at that guy that would just rock his world. And that guy will have nothing to say. Okay, Sir Jimmy. Yes, okay. It's no problem. Here, Jimmy. Here. Take my cake. Please. Take my cake. He give him everything. He give Jimmy the king's ransom. Hell yeah, baby. That could happen. May not happen, but it could happen. Oh yeah. Steve, do I see Steve? let's see. No. LOL, thanks for the accolades, gentlemen. Oh, no, Steve has been with me all aces, so I can't say anything bad about him. I mean, we all have our difference of opinion, plus or minus on everybody at some point. But Steve, he said, "Let's see, show me where Fazio's conned anybody. It doesn't matter. What these people have a weird understanding of what conning somebody is. When I asked for money for a drone so that I could go drone the islands of the Philippines, Bohol, Dumaguete, Balakasag, Virgin Island, Cebu, and I got $100, I went out and spent $1,400, $1,350. When I had $1,350, I went out and spent another $900 on a phone. That's $2,450. Because I spent $1,350, then I spent another $100, $2,450, then another $100 on accessories, $2,550 plus $900, $2,450. $1,350, $1,450, $1,550 plus 9 is $2,450. I spent $2,450 so far. I collected $888, but I bought the drone. Now, did I blog the islands? No, because I didn't have the phone. But here's the phone. Now we can drone home with the phone. This is the iPhone 13. It's supposed to be compatible with the controller. We'll find out. But did I con anybody? No. I said to people, you want me to go drone the islands? Send me some money for the drone, and you did. It's not a con. I bought the thing that I said I was going to buy. Nobody can say I didn't buy a rebar bender. Somebody said, well, we gave you you didn't, not very little money of the $5,000 I spent on the rebar bender was I compensated for. Maybe less than a fifth. That were donations specifically for the rebar bender, but I went out and spent 5 times that money. If I collected $888 and I spent $2,400, I spent 2/3. I got 1/3 of what I spent. That's not a con. I bought the rebar bender. I bought the drone. I bought the phone. It's not a con. A con is when somebody says they're going to go buy a phone and a drone, and then they don't buy it. I went out and spent 3 times what I collected. It's not a con. But I do have the belief that once I start blogging those dusty islands in the Philippines, I believe that there'll be more money coming home for the drone fund. $3 a dozen. 12 eggs? No. Scott says the eggs in the United States are almost $3 a dozen. That would be 30-something plus 12 times 3 is 360. So that'd be like 25 cents an egg. Wow, that's expensive. It's considering here it's 14 cents an egg. Not that expensive. Jimmy's hat on the strap-on. The strap-on. Imagine somebody trying to throw a 3-pound strap-on at the drone. I gotta tell you, that is going to make for some great aerial footage. Take my strap-on, please. Take my strap-on, please. I gotta tell you, that guy standing outside, screaming and yelling at the drone and throwing strap-ons and golf clubs and all that other crap that he said he was going to shoot. Don't shoot the drone down. Don't do it. You'll go straight to jail. You know that. You'll know that. You're not allowed to do that. But I mean, if you feel spunky, go ahead and do it. Because not only will the drone have the footage, but there'll be somebody else there with a camera filming, videotaping, the drone videotaping the government tower. And anybody that tries to knock the drone out of the sky with a strap on will also be on videotape, because this is going to be a concerted effort where we have several people with drones and drone phones that you have no idea that there'll be a drone of fleets available for the unmasking of the public radar towers in the Philippines. A drone of fleets. There won't be one drone. There will be two. There may be three. You would be surprised who has a drone and who wants to drone home with their phones. All they're doing is just waiting for me to get my iPhone hooked up to my drone, and then there'll be a drone of fleets. Did you hear what I said? A drone of fleets. Salty dog. That little instigator. Salty, old salty or something. You publicly correct people for saying words backwards or wrong. Yeah, I do that every time. And in the 100,000 words I said today, when did I make a mistake? When? The drone of fleets was intentional. When did I make a mistake with my verbiage? Or when did I make a mistake with my punctuation? Or when did I make a mistake by using the wrong word? 100,000 words spoken today, and not one mistake that I can recall. Or that wasn't corrected instantaneously. Other people can't get 200 words without making a mistake using the wrong word, the wrong syntax, no punctuation. One guy is noteworthy on YouTube, Popeye, the man who used to live, who did live in the Philippines like 20-something years ago. Popeye has an expression: eat the corn out of my blah, blah, blah. There is an idiot on YouTube that said, eat the blah, blah, blah out of my corn, and never corrected himself. Said it more than once, on more than one occasion. He gets things backwards. He thinks he's smart. He thinks he's coy. He used the word last week, coy. He thinks he's smooth. He thinks that when he takes his sunglasses off in the house and covers his eyes like that, he thinks that we think that somehow the sun came from behind him. When he took his sunglasses off and somehow the sun is shining in his eyes from the back of his window, from the back of his head. Why is he covering his eyes when he looks at the computer screen? Why? Why, I ask? Tommy Lee Jones, tell me why he's covering his eyes. Tommy Lee Jones, please. Tell me why, Tommy Lee Jones. Let's go back over here. We're having a little fun here now. I'm guessing that guy can't shoot. No, DNC, I would imagine that his best, on his best day, if you were to go out in your backyard and hang a pistola on a rubber band and just start randomly pulling the trigger while the pistola was flying around in various directions, you'd have a better chance of hitting your target. Oh, by the way, isn't that what he does with his camera? Doesn't he hang his camera on a rubber band and go, look over there, look over there, look at that. One lonely farmer, Wes, has a son named William. One lonely farmer gave Wes the camera last week. William, at the age of 3, did a better job keeping the camera steady and focused in on his work that he was filming. He did. The phone did slip down, saw his feet. Then he went, "Oh, Mommy, look at the sky." William is 3 years old, did a better job holding the phone than that guy on a dusty island. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You can go to one lonely farmer, who is a very good friend of mine, who I've met personally, who I've worked with, who donated $300 for the drone fund. Go to his channel, subscribe to his channel anyway, he's a good man, and go to his video that says William's World. Wes gave William the camera, and William went and filmed Tim putting a mud flap on a 40-foot flatbed filled up with hay. I don't know how many tons, probably 40 tons of hay, and maybe more. And William filmed Tim with the camera, and William filmed the sky, said, "Look, Mommy, look at the sky." And then William filmed his feet, and he showed you his feet, and William filmed his daddy. "Look, Papa, I'm filming the camera." William did a better job than that guy who hangs his camera on a rubber band and who puts his thumb. Maybe the picture would look better if I didn't have my thumb in it. I heard that too. He doesn't even have any control that he puts his finger in front of the camera and doesn't know that his finger's in front of the camera until it's in the front of the camera for multiple minutes. And then he goes, "Well, maybe I should take my finger out from in front of half the finger." The man is what we would call back in the 70s, I think the word was spastic, but I'm not sure. Spastic, yeah. Has to do with blonde-headed women. Spastic is a good word. I don't know that that's the exact meaning, but spastic. He's not capable of holding a camera steady, although was trained. He was trained in not aerial photography. That's my forte. Aerial photography will become my forte. I got to tell you something. I won't tell you because I know that the video will get demonetized, but believe me when I tell you, my hand is steady. Drone Circus, I love it. Jay Stillman's Caretaker. That's another guy that is supposedly in on the action. I don't know that it's true. Douglas Williams. Hey, Douglas Williams, thanks for stopping by. Good morning from North Thailand, Michael. I hope you are having a great day. Daisy and I started off the day, Douglas. Douglas said that he said that I looked happy that Daisy was back. It's nice having Daisy back. It's nice having Daisy back since she's gotten here. We get along fine. It's as if she never left. There's no animosity. We don't talk about the past with any anger or angst or anything like. We had none. Last time she simply went back to Mindanao because it was her sister's daughter's first birthday, and then another family member had a birthday that same week, and one thing led to another, and she was working. She was helping her girlfriend get some paperwork done for the government, and that paperwork is almost done now, as far as I understand. Daisy was helping somebody with some paperwork that had to be filled out in Davao, and the girl didn't really have the money to do the paperwork, and Daisy helped her financially with the paperwork, and then helped her get the paperwork together, because when Daisy was separated from myself for about 2 years, Daisy had the opportunity to get a passport, and this girl had no proper identification. She didn't have her high school records. She didn't have the money for transportation to get back and forth to Davao to get the paperwork. Daisy helped her with all of that and the financial part of it as well. And now it looks like the girl's paperwork will be done in about 2 or 3 weeks from she was talking to her the day before yesterday. So apparently Daisy helped somebody get that done. Without Daisy's help, her friend would have never been able to apply for a passport. So Daisy's very altruistic, and she stayed there to help her friend get the passport. So that's my story. And Michael, where does the time go? Daisy is a helpful girl. Thanks, Scott. Daisy, honey, yell out goodbye. Goodbye. I'm Pink Permy from the Philippines, baby. iPhone drone home. The drone of fleets is on its way, baby. Here is the key that unlocks the drone phone controller drone. I'm Bing. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Douglas Williams, always thank you for the compliments that you send privately and on different videos. Scott, Dennis, Bantalion Brawler, DNC Flying Circus. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Humping. Bye-bye for now. See you guys tomorrow. Cheers. Cheers back at you, buddy. Bye-bye for now. Fucking phone. Now I gotta bring this fucking phone home.